All right, ladies and gentlemen, traders, welcome back to another Relentless recap. As you're tuning in, hit that thumbs up, and if you're a new viewer, consider subscribing to the channel. So we're going to talk about how I was able to make over $2,000, $2,383.68 to be exact here in the stock market. We're going to talk about three tickers in particular, four tickers. We're going to talk about this massive loss here on the ticker symbol MURA, which, we should have done a better job of avoiding trading that one, being that it wasn't quite suited for my style of trade. We're going to talk about the good things that we had out of OST, SKYE, DWTX. So let's jump into it. Remember to hit that thumbs up, subscribe. And yeah, so we will go over the disclaimer at the end, all right? So to jump right into it here, let's come down to positions. And let's start with the loss, MURA. As you guys can see, this one is an uptrending stock. RT, you say every day that your preference and what you like to trade, what you do well on, is uptrending momentum. So how in the world are you red on this stock today? Well, guys, I didn't do a great job of really and truly sticking to my criteria. While the stock was uptrending and was strong in the first 3 minutes, after that, it felt like such a grinder. It felt like a huge grinder. So to start the day, I'm watching at it for the potential opening surge. And I wouldn't say that it was a blitz, but I just didn't really had a lot of entries presented to me in this small uptrend here. And as a result, I did not capitalize. I missed this baby pullback. The stock went from a low of 26. It broke over 40, hitting 60 and then 75. I then proceeded to try and trade the pullback here coming down, only to get brutalized here. Trying to capture this dip, thinking we'd see another baby pullback where we get a small drop but the candle ends green. It didn't happen. And try it again here, only to then sell my last position towards the bottom here. And of course, where I should have started buying now is where the stock curled back up. Very, very, very frustrating. So I'm like, okay, we now have our new range. We now have a new range, high around 60, low around 40 down here. And so when the stock came back down right here, I loaded up 6,000 shares in this area, thinking that we would bounce once again off this level, only for the stock to then crash. And exactly where I'm selling at the bottom, going down, is where I should have been buying, because that's, man, the market can frustrate you for sure, right? This is a good example of that. So anyhows, I then look away because I thought, hey, this thing came right back down the low of day very quickly, or low of the open rather. So I looked away and started looking for other opportunities, only to then come back and see that the stock gave a massive red to green. Can't make this up. And so I'm like, okay, I missed that red to green. I'm going to trade the pullback here, look for the bull flag, watch for this to curl back up, make a new high, and then keep going. Only for the stock to grind lower. And, it's this classic game of cat and mouse where we're, in the upside, in the uptrend, where I should have been, the most aggressive and doing the best, I'm either fumbling or missing the move and then over trading the backside areas and not being accurate in the consolidation. Very brutal. So, at one point I told myself, okay, I'm going to just stop trading the stock. I'm going to stop trading the stock. And even, it was the only thing on the scan. I gave into temptation in this area here, thinking we could get a strong uptrend, but the move was so brutally slow to happen. As you guys know, my hold time, 5-10 seconds. It just did not mesh well for this one. I think for those of you guys who are just, better at holding longer in the 1 minute consolidations or even the 5 minute pullback, you guys were able to do much better here and getting that sweet move to the upside, because I can't, again, I missed everything, man. Even right here, this is where I really got excited. The stock ripped up over 310 and almost got halted. It was so close to getting halted. We had a big bid and everything, but people took profits. And again, where I thought we might have been able to spring back up and make a big move back to the upside, just ended up being a prolonged consolidation. And, again, I'm just not where I needed to be. So I think a lot of this one was, a bit of size and just paper cuts adding up. We did have the bigger loss here earlier in this drop off, but I think we just needed to let this one go and just stay on the sidelines. MURA. Moving on to ticker symbol SKYE. We're up 1100 on this one. And shout out to the halt resumption. So I learned my lesson missing ARBB a few days ago, last Friday, last Thursday. And I started looking at resumptions early, a bit of an adjustment that I made. And this one resumed higher, dipped and ripped, resumed higher, dipped and ripped. And we captured a nice gain. Smaller size, but still, $1,100, pretty solid. And then again, I believe on OST, did we start off with a halt resumption here? OST, let's just double check. Yeah, this one started off with a resumption. I started looking at it over here. So the stock moved up, halted, resumed a little higher. We got to a high of 189, and then we had this prolonged consolidation. I think I also had a really nice trade right here. So in terms of pattern and setup, if we're to bring out our drawing tool here, you can look at this in two ways. Either just a consolidation, here we're going to go up, or is this thing going to break down, right? You can look at it as a consolidation, or you can also look at it as a bit of a bull flag. There's a couple of different patterns you can kind of look at here. If you picture your country's flag on a flagpole, it's the flagpole going up right here, flagpole, and then you have the sideways consolidation, right? Your stripes and your stars. So even a bit of a U-shaped red to green in here. But the point is, we had a clear bottom, we had a clear top, and support was holding up nicely. And then we had a flat top breakout right here. It didn't go the first time because, again, highs right here, resistance, 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 still resistance, still resistance. But if you're paying attention and you're giving it tight stops, it finally breaks out. And this gave a nice move here. What's that, like 76 up all the way to about 98? Pretty nice move. We pulled back, and then again later in the day we curled over about 85 right here for new highs. So that was OST, not bad, right? And then again later, I think later in the day we did a little bit better. As we zoom out here, you guys are going to be able to see the monster move that really took place. So coming into 1 p.m., this thing had a nice run right here coming up. I mean, and this is where it really got a little bit, in terms of just clean move, good volume, and predictable patterns. Nice move up, mini bull flag, breakout, new high, small pullback right here, new high, ranks and repeat, small pullback, new high, before finally, what was that, like, 325 or so, before finally dipping down right below 2, grinding up, and then excelling again. This stock, I definitely should have put out a little bit more size, I think, a little earlier. Could have done better. But, again, just from 3 all the way to about 360, and then it ripped up to about 425 for highs. I mean, this was absolutely insane. And look at how clean, again, the flag was right here. So a bit of a late morning or early afternoon move that we were able to capitalize on. OST, and that one we were able to lock in $2,000. So again, if we avoided the loss, man, if we avoid that loss and we keep it to a minimum of 800, 1,000 max on MURA, this day is looking, three and a half, maybe even 4K, right? So the importance of keeping it tight and me not doing a great job of that was not ideal. So next we have DWTX. I was up over 1,300, I think, on this one. We also had a resumption here. So halted up, and this, look at how aggressive this was, right? We're halted up with a high of 395. After 10 minutes, it resumes at 440, dips down to 425, rips up to 480 before giving us a pullback. And right here on this candle, the 5-minute chart looked awful. So I thought this stock was done for. I looked away and I missed out on a massive red to green. I mean, this is exactly how the 5-minute candle closed, like this. So I'm like, yep, we are cooked. But to my surprise, I come back. We had the 1-minute candle make the new high, and these are the key trades, man. If you're able to capture this type of entry coming across right here, or even the triple bottom, I mean, just look at how nicely it breaks out, right? Rather than me showing up all the way here at the high, and I'm like, oh, did I miss it already? Granted, we did get a quick pullback and a move up into a halt again, which was really nice. So that one ended up going from 480 to then 515, resumes at 540, low of 26, high of 56, and then high of 75. I used about 1,200, 1,600 shares on most of the resumption trades. So the gain wasn't really that big. I could have definitely, if I had like 3K size, our gains would have been double on most of these stocks. But all good in the neighborhood. And where I gave back profits was right here in this range. It got very choppy here. So because it curled back over VWAP, I thought this thing had a good chance of making a new high. Right, high of day at the time at 575. And so I took multiple trades in this area here towards 5 and then towards these highs, only for us not to go and reject hard each time. And so I gave back about 500 off the top, which just wasn't great and a little tough. Another stock that we lost on was ARBB. We were up 500 on this one. Just brutal. Initially, I'm watching it in this consolidation. We do fairly well. And we lost everything here getting aggressive or the retest of the highs right here and right here on this wick. Two areas where I sized up thinking we would retest the highs of 107, and the stock just didn't quite get going. So, very brutal right there, part of the deal. I think I had like 15,000 shares or so right here on this one, and then maybe like another 10,000 here where we lost, and then of course it went, but it didn't really go in a good fashion. It was pretty choppy. Other than that, BULL, or Webull, surprisingly today I made more money than I did yesterday, which is just quite tragic. Yesterday we were up about 800 a couple of times, small size. Today small size again. We took the resumption trade. What was it here? Let's put on the show trades. I can't remember exactly where, so let's put it on. Okay, over here. Okay, this was a dip. So this was looking for the bounce out of a massive dip from 60, halting down at 49. From 59.21 to 49.68. So I expected a bounce. It did bounce, but it wasn't great. From 47.64 to 50.40, and it was low volume, just not great. From there, we kind of like fizzled out. So that's the day in review. In terms of key lessons, I think, again, we got to continue to work and avoid going red, man. I think we were red 1,400 at the highs today. But if we can avoid going red, if we can avoid the chop, if we can have more discipline to say, this stock is not exactly what I look for out of a stock, It's okay for me to not make money, not to try to have that, that fall victim to thinking I could always make money on any and everything, despite it not being what I love to trade and what's right for me to trade via my criteria. In the first 3 minutes, the stock had it going on, being that I missed that second move. Was it worth it, MURA? Was it worth it, being that I missed the second move? Come back and it's all, again, look at where I'm primarily getting in, right? All in the areas of chop, where we're not seeing the massive uptrend. So I think next time we just got to be a little bit more careful, perhaps slow our roll, maybe reduce size a little quicker, because we did have size early and it was not paying off. So I think other than that, remember our disclaimer. We're grateful for the green, but it could have been a much better day. So remember our disclaimer, which is that day trading is risky. By the way, if I sound weird, it's because I have these aligners in for the second time, sadly. But anyhow, day trading is risky. Do not use money that you cannot afford to lose. Utilize small size. Utilize simulators. Do not copy trade on the live streams. It doesn't work. And lastly, I do not invest for my subscribers. So be careful of fake accounts. I will never message you first, okay? Hit that thumbs up, subscribe tomorrow again at 9:15 a.m. I'll see you guys bright and early.